still in the same day. Nahida, you already knew last night that we didn't break out of the Samsara? Why did you tell us? Would there have been a point? You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of reach. In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity. Paimon thought that Duke did that! Whatever. Guess you were looking out for us after all. Of course. In the time we've been together, you two have been everything. Paimon's flattered and everything. In other words, Nahida's talking about confusing stuff again. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday help you gain a new understanding? Huh? Why are you scrapping your previous theory? Oh, yeah! You're right! Gosh, how did we not notice that? In a simple time loop, people's physical conditions should also reset. So, what's your new hypothesis?
Mercenaries rely heavily on muscle memory. If all our memories of a day are erased at the moon, that doesn't sound... That does... The beep is... That doesn't sound...
Farisiana John.
Oh, then the beat we hear every night could just be indicating the deletion of our memories. That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's festival hasn't happened yet.
Bukan sudah
Already the
karut
next
ingat
day,
itu
but
juga
everyone
tuh.
still thinks it's the day before.
Bukan John, itu namanya Johnny gak sih? Johnny.
Erased.
Diana John. Kau bilang apa emang?
To put
John.
it simply,
Bukan
it's as if
Diana John.
you've mistaken the pyro.
Kamu bilang Indiana John yang mana?
Why
Oh,
don't you?
ini.
Right, she did help us.
Okay.
Don't blink.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're still getting used to your new greatsword.
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just...
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a lip. Oh, that works.
What happened to you guys while I was gone? Did you get brainwashed by some cult?
Don't think too hard about it. Just take what we're saying at face value.
All right then, let me get this straight. You're telling me that my body's already gotten used to this great sword, but my brain just doesn't remember it?
Yes, your memory's being erased every day.
Then I'd have to disagree. That's impossible.
Oh? Why do you think that?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zero's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used, the money we spent, the food we ate? Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago. There's no way I...
Right. They could use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish everything. It's not very likely, but it's also not impossible.
No, it is impossible.
You have proof? Where?
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad.
Paimon can't believe it's idea who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
Speed of light.
Don't blink.
This is it.
Huh? This is a wooden training dummy. What a...
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days' worth of practice. Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they did?
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during previous training. I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always emphasized the force, angle, and entry point of each strike. It's just as they...
Isn't really impossible.
People often say that a camera's photo... The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can... Whew, hope that cleared things up for you. Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss Dunyarzad to the stage. See you later.
Well, back to square one. Is our memory deletion theory also wrong? But, yep, that's true. Strange. Paimon did... Huh? Leaving the city? You're right! It's really strange how we never thought of such a simple solution. Many things should become clear if we can confirm the flow of time outside of the city. Paimon can't believe it! How about we go back and ask Nahida? Maybe we've forgotten something about leaving the city. Nahida, we're back. You're back early today. Did you find something new? Sort of. We're mostly sure now that we're not in a time loop. Leaving the city. As far as I remember, you've mentioned your plans to do that twice before. We did? But we don't remember anything. What happened after we talked about those plans? What did we say when we got back? Let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, it's probably more accurate to say that both times you never came back the whole night. But you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, I didn't think too much about it. It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it... Really? That's kind... Yep. Something here's definitely fishy. Let's get to the bottom of this tomorrow. Our memories are back! About that... Well, where should... Traveler, aside from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzeruz festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. It's time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay, let's go. Curiosity deserves a reward.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the academia up to now?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order.
I have a real emergency.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance next time.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced a lockdown for Sumeru City today. How completely unsurprising. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the city today?
Here we go again. Don't ask me, I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today. They didn't tell us anything else. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post.
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters. This is a good spot. And the huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but leave him. Okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back and please be careful. Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again! You just disappeared! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick look! Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were saying. Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day! Okay. Paimon will forgive you. The most important thing is that you didn't actually disappear. Oh, Paimon was so scared that you had gone into another world. Okay, Paimon, can you tell us your perspective of what really happened yesterday? I see. Using two people's different perspectives. After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was watching you with the fullest attention. What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure? I guess that explains everything. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But how can we send it back? Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being stared at. Well, okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me. Yep, now we're talking. I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? You made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. I just tweaked it so that it could connect to any node. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Anyway, we can use this now to record a message, right? Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee the user's status and signal coverage when they're outside the city. We'll never know until we try. At least let's go then. Let's explore. Okay. See you tomorrow, Traveler. That covers everything that's happened so far. signal was choppy and... Okay, now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the messages together.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzeruz festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru City space when you set foot outside of the walls. But everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. And if we take your word for it, the other spaces all had very weird content. There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? What did the traveler want to say? What are those spaces? Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. Did it come from here or from the message? The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal. After the beep, Traveler said even the final space has also disappeared. Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real... That doesn't sound... all the bizarre... That doesn't sound... My impression...
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space, the Sabzeruz festival, also disappears, and we're taken to the next day. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind them. Do lots of new spaces appear every day? Paimon's head is spinning. Just what are these spaces anyhow? Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seats. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret. Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's a... Hey! Do you want some alone time to think? All right then, Paimon won't disturb you.
The dance of Sabzeruz is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dunyarzad? We still have some other stuff to do first.
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. So what is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together. This time, we're gonna get to the truth. You're back. I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Sabzerus exam and graduate from the Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
We've already... That doesn't sound right. Okay, That doesn't sound right. All the bizarre Those spaces remind me of... That doesn't sound...
Boo.
People in... We are all in a dream.
People in Sumeru think they don't dream, but the truth is the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now. Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this? It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control people's dreams, too. But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that? Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active. In other words, Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions. And the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So it was all a dirty trick? The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use. Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the Samsara?
The Grand Sage said... That doesn't sound right. Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing.
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sabzerus festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another
Lupa
samsara
sama kamu.
cycle. People wake up to yet another
Ya,
dream
aku
about the
lupa
Sabzerus
ini.
festival.
Aku pesan nih.
The dreams that
Lupa
belong to
pesan
them
apa?
are once again harvested
Kenapa?
by the
Yang mana?
Akasha.
Ini,
And so it continues.
Mana?
So, this is like a dream factory. And the Akasha is
Fruit.
a dream harvesting machine.
Aku
Did Paimon
makan
get that analogy right?
Lele yang mana?
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get
Yang
into.
Yang biasa.
Okay,
Biasa
so
yang
that
mana
beep
ya?
we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Alright, last question. Who am I?
Now that I think about it, that doesn't sound right. They say that I'll...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last. That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't... Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali, Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this. Yes, those can wait until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now. I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence? Even you don't know the reason? The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short time, no matter the cost. They have to be up to no good. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about it. Traveler, do you have any information?
The Grand Sage...
Nanteng nga ako. Tampan.
Celebrate the birth of that
Tampan na
god?
anak ko. Tampan.
Credit moon?
Ako siyempre kasi kila ko inuman niya. Mali ako ba?
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so, we might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This relentless... People's lives are at stake! Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already experienced this Sabzeruz festival, so it would... Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from earlier samsara, right? That's because people don't remember their dreams, so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sabzeruz festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identical dream. That reminds Paimon. Traveler Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendril can a person gain the Dendril element's dream-enhancing power. Meanwhile, everyone... You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your minds. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make... Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Your notion of reality and dream would... That's why I could only give you... Deceiving the people of Submit after we end the Sabzeruz. How can this say... In the end, I'm just the moon. A sun and a moon? Nahida's talking in riddles again. Oh, we're out of time today. I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good. I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct. Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late? The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting. Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about the other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear? She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going. But Personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad. Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet. Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all. Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz Festival with so many regrets. Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the Sage's fault, and theirs alone. I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon. Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad. To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible. Great, but how do we do that? Although the Sabzeruz Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it. Huh? So, how should we find that person? Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their conscious, which means, with the power of imagination? Imagination means like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you. However, if the dream will but right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. Find some... How are we going to find them, though? And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker. It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. As for me... Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the Traveler went? Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical. She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her. Yeah. But wait, Paimon's wondering. Huh. So, who do you think? Oh, let's go ask him.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sabzeruz Festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. Okay. My wish. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone.